Welcome to my grandpa's train. This week's video is just going to be a layout tour of my HO scale railroad. This has been sitting dormant for most of the winter, but now spring is here and I got the itch to get it operational again. I don't have a lot of plans for videos on the HO equipment, but there are plenty of HO projects coming up, so let's take a look at some scenes that I am finishing and a sneak peek at a couple locomotive projects. Here you can see the power plant in the corner, and the depot is set up for the inside loop of track. Here we are looking at the west side of my layout, where I am working on building a small town which includes some original plastic fill buildings. Eventually I will add a road, working street lamps and lights in the buildings. This corner house was on the American Flyer layout, but it is really closer to HO scale. I will be adding lots of trees to this corner, and I have a couple of sawmill buildings set up here as well. This area is a mess, but it is still under construction. It will be a small freight yard, but I have yet to finish the track arrangement here. And in the foreground, you can see 3 metal passenger cars that are future projects. The east side of my layout has another small town featuring a paper building, a small farm and general store, a radio station, a Plasticville school, another depot, and a few houses, as well as a hand-painted backdrop. In front you can see my recently acquired pre-war Gilbert Hudson, and next to it my Varney 10-wheeler, which needs a lot of work. This section of the layout is large enough to allow a little variety in the track plan instead of just a basic oval. This also has enough room now for my roundhouse. Here is a sneak preview of an all-Lionel HO train. Next is the passenger yard, which will be home to several passenger trains. And below that is my control panel, which features 2 vintage transformers. I'm working on adding a few posters to the walls which feature Chicago Northwestern passenger service. And last is my locomotive display shelf. The 2 trains running here today are both TYCO 040 engines. The outside engine is pulling an all TYCO freight consist, while the inside one is pulling a vintage freight consist. I hope you enjoyed this short tour video. Stay tuned next week as I will be taking a look at some of my Athearn High F locomotives. In the meantime, why don't you subscribe? And if you liked the video, please leave a like and a comment. And thanks for watching.